Uh, Next on the horizon, July 12th, we have the question is, should Shakur Stevenson fight a tune-up fight prior to stepping in the ring with a match with Tank Davis down the road? And Byrd, you know that tune-up fights has been something that has always been done, especially when a fighter was moving up in weight.
Mm-hmm.
They wanted to test themselves first at that weight, as opposed to jumping to that weight and fighting for a world title or whatever.
Yeah.
And in this situation, on July 12th, the fighter that Shakur could possibly or is fighting is a kid by the name of William Zepeda. Now, I've watched William Zepeda.
As have I.
Yes.
Yeah.
And this William Zepeda, he brings it.
Mm-hmm.
He is not a fighter that you're gonna have to look for in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I've refereed Shakur Stevenson a couple of times. He has skills beyond skills. But you know, as I do, as you try to make your mark in this sport, the competition is you're gonna have to step up to the competition.
Mm-hmm.
And so is advisable for Shakur to fight a tune-up fight with William Zepeda, or there are a few other fighters that are on the list that he can fight, but we know he's fighting Zepeda on the 12th.
Yeah.
As opposed, is it advisable or not advisable that he should do it? I guess one could say, well, if he gets through this fight with Zepeda, then it was advisable for him to do it.
Well, yeah.
But if something happens out of the ordinary,
which
I know you're going to discuss, then maybe he should not have taken that fight.
Let me tell you something. This kid, Zepeda, fought a classic fight with a fella by the name of Tevin Farmer.
Yes.
And that was a fight that not only would I say would have been a candidate for Fight of the Year, but there were a couple of rounds within that fight that could have been rounds of the year.
Yes.
And Zepeda, early on in that fight, was really controlling that fight. Now comes Tevin back. If Farmer had not elected to go on in the fight, a lot of people would have understood that based upon how the fight was going.
Yeah.
But that wasn't his mentality. His mentality was, I'm coming back to get you. And let me tell you, second half of that fight, whole different fight.
Right.
I mean, those guys were throwing. Now, Shakur, technically sound.
Right.
Sound technical fighter. Great defensive fighter. Question is, but is that going to be enough against someone who is coming and coming hard?
Yes.
Who's got nothing but damage on his mind. Solid damage on his mind, and he doesn't get tired. He doesn't get tired.
Right.
He can go at the speed that he chooses, all from 1 to 10 to 12 rounds.
Yes.
And the question is, if you are usually kind of in control of your fights, and you can bob and weave and duck, and technically you look, pretty good and got good defense. Can you hold him off?
Right.
Because if you can't, somebody has a problem.
Somebody has a problem, and the other couple of fighters that has been mentioned in regards to possible tune-up is this Abdullah Mason and Lamont Roach. And we know who Lamont Roach is.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you something, Abdullah Mason, those are young guns, man.
Yes.
And they are young guns.
Yes.
I mean, these kids, every last one of them, they're tough.
They're tough.
They're tough. They are the new guard in this fight. And anybody that's sitting on top of the mountain looking down better take a real careful look because they're coming. They're coming. And if you ain't on your A game,
yes,
then you're going to be in trouble.
Yeah.
And if you are sitting up thinking, I need to just handle this over here so I can get to this, your focus had better be on this, or you may not get to that.
Yeah, sometimes when we're rounding the bases, we have a tendency to ignore first base and think about second base, where you need to think about first base just as much as second base.
Yeah.
Because it's going to take to get past first base to get to second base.
And you better hit every base, because if you don't, what you thought was a home run is going to be an out.
It's going to be an out.
That's it. Yeah. That's it. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So no, Shakur's his best option is focus on what's in front of me, handle that with my A game, and the rest will take care of itself.
Yes.
Yeah.